5 o'clock. It's a beautiful freaking Tuesday. Tuesday. All right, I'm over here in, I don't know if you can see this, but I'm over here in beautiful freaking Catalina Island. It's pretty cool over here. Yeah, it's super red. Hey, so I don't know who's all on here. I don't know where the chats are or anything, but we're going to talk for a little bit. I'm glad you guys are here. I'm going to close this because it's getting loud. All right, well, let's get started. Welcome aboard. This is the Sober Spot. My name is Danny Lansdale, and I'm super grateful to be here, and I'm glad you're on. A couple things that I always want to talk about in the beginning. One, who am I? My name is Danny Lansdale. I got a recovery, sobriety, clean, abstinent date of January 2nd, 2012. Before that, I was addicted to a lot of this stuff. I got to be careful with what I sound here because sometimes it just like shuts me off. And I smoked a lot of the fast stuff, a lot of the downer stuff. I drank, I smoked a lot of weed. I spent a lot of years in and out of prison, a total of 15 years. Now I have now I have 14 freaking years of I haven't smoked none of this. I haven't shot none of this. Haven't snorted none of that. I haven't done anything abstinent, nothing in over 14 freaking years. January 2nd, 2012 is the last day that I've screwed around with anything. And since then, I went on this spiritual journey. I'm a 12 steps guy. But, excuse me. I know I'm talking a lot and I'm going really fast. So let's get centered for a second. Just breathe. Just breathe. Getting centered is like the most important thing ever in life. You know why that is? Because there could be no happiness without peace. There could be no joy without peace. There could be no serenity without peace. It's really hard to feel gratitude without peace. It's very difficult. So I'm a big meditation guy. I meditate a couple times a day. And meditation is one of the most powerful tools a human being can practice. And I'm not perfect at it. I'm not perfect at the program. I'm not a perfect human being, but I'm happy. I'm very grateful. I feel better than drinking whiskey on the natch. I feel better than smoking one of these fucking blunts. I feel better than shooting this stuff. I feel better than smoking anything. Because if I didn't feel better, I would be doing that shit. That's why. So why I do this thing every week, why I do the Sober Spot, is because I want those of you that are watching, those of you that are new, to understand that you're a human being. And because you're a human being, you are so freaking extraordinary. You don't realize how extraordinary you are. You have an extraordinary mind. You have an extraordinary heart. You have an extraordinary life. You are super badass. But the deal is what are we doing with our mind? What are we doing with our hearts? What are we doing with our lives? What are we doing? We're worrying about making some more money. We're worried about if people like us. We're worried about if people don't like us. We're worried about freaking people talking about us, what they said about us. We're just full of this thing called fear that is screwing us up, and that compels us to mess with substances. That compels us to drink, compels us to use, compels us to go to the doctor 100 times a freaking month. It compels us to freaking get on a bunch of different fucking stuff. I'm not saying medication's bad. I'm not a doctor. But I'm just saying that we live a sad life because we're always fighting everything and everybody study and we're fighting, nonstop fighting with this place called life. We're fighting to control this place called life so that we could be okay. You know what the problem is? Deep down inside of you, you're okay. Your heart beats. You're okay. Your brain, it works, but we're focusing on the wrong shit. Your lungs, they work. You have a life. You're okay. But this ego, it's been called a lot of different things over all these spiritual times. Your ego, psyche, the imposter, the parasite, this thing that just non-stop negative shit all the time is screwing us up all the time. And it makes us stress. It makes us worry. It makes us fear. It makes us make bad decisions constantly. And that's the problem. And we're so hyper focused on that. So the thing is, I found out by going through 12 steps of AA, these 12 steps, this thing that Bill Wilson and Bob put together, I found out that these spiritual practices that they're talking about, people have been doing those practices for thousands of years. Thousands. It's like prayer meditation. People that pray all the time know that it's awesome to get with God. People that meditate all the time and plug into the spirit of the universe and allow their brain to just shut the freaking hell up know that it's badass. People that don't do it question it. They question it all the time. They're like, I don't know if that's for me. I don't know this. Because there's an 11th step that talks about sought through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with God, the universe, higher power, all of it. All of it. Because did you know that every day, there's joy, happiness, peace, serenity, gratitude, love, opportunities for everybody. The problem is you don't realize it. The problem is you don't think so. Give me 1 second. I don't know what we're doing. We got some technical difficulties, I think. Hey, are we okay? Matt. See, he's over in Fullerton. I'm out here. I don't know what's happening. Matt, are we okay? Can someone post on the chat if you can hear me? Okay, yes. All right. Oh, it's hard. It's hard to hear. Okay, Danny. Okay. Yep. Okay, so you guys can hear me. So the deal is that I practice these spiritual practices that I learned by going through the steps, having a sponsor show me. And then I found out, because I study a lot of different stuff. I'm a certified yoga instructor. I'm a counselor, interventionist. I believe in the things called chakras and energies and the powers of the heart. And all these spiritual practices are the same thing. It's just the 12 steps, just put them in an order that you could practice them so that you can freaking unlock this thing inside of your heart that's causing you so much pain. You know what that thing is? It's your past. It's your entire freaking past. It's causing you pain. I like this guy, Michael Singer. He wrote that Untethered Soul, right? And he says this thing, people, the human beings, they like to collect things. We like to collect things. Some people collect stamps, and some people collect coins, and some people collect, cars. People collect things, but it turns out what we do is we collect all of our bad experiences and pack them into our hearts and don't let go. That's why when someone acts and behaves like somebody before that you didn't really like, then you don't like that person. You don't like this other person. You don't like this person. You don't like this. You don't like that. You don't like this. So you have them all in here. So there's really no freedom to be no freedom to experience life new. Does that make sense? Because all we're doing is re-experiencing the past every single day. It's like we got these scars, we got these fears that we wake up every day going, hey, is today a new day? No, today is like just kind of like yesterday, but I'm going to try and worry my ass off and fear my ass off, and I'm going to try to freaking make something freaking happen. So we are fighting all the freaking time trying to control this place called life. And guess what? Look at this. Guess what? Look at that. Okay? There is a life out there that is way bigger than you. You're not going to be able to control all of it. You're not. So what we do is we roll through this place called life, appreciating all the new experiences, and some of the experiences are freaking bitch. Some of them are difficult. Some of them are challenging and hard. But you know what the heroes do? Welcome the challenge. Bring it. I welcome this difficult time. I accept it. Bring it. I'll deal with it. It will pass. But what most people do is they call everybody that they know and complain about some adversity. Embrace adversity. If you don't realize it, there's a war going on inside of your head, positive and negative. And actually, you, the awareness, really do have the power to choose which one you want to focus on. You don't think you do. See, I was doing a group the other day. I had a bunch of guys, and this guy says, life is hard. You know, it's just the way it is. Life is hard. And actually, life is not that hard. You wake up, you do stuff, you handle stuff, you pay attention to stuff, and you go through the day. It's not that hard. It's hard when we make it hard, when we're using the tools of our past. Control, 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 control. I need to fix this. I need to do that. I need to handle this. Control, control, control. But if you go into all these endeavors and you go through it with a heart of gratitude, you'll be able to handle difficult shit. You know, I like Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? So Arnold Schwarzenegger says, you know, when he was at the gym, he was the happiest guy doing 2,500 sit-ups. He was out there smiling with all of his reps. And all of his friends would tell him, like, dude, you cannot work out like that. And how are you smiling going through all that stuff? He goes, because I appreciate the transformation of my body. I appreciate what I'm doing. Turns out that, you know, they did this poll that like 75% of people are unhappy with their job or something like that. Some ridiculous number, not satisfied with their jobs. Why? Why not? It's a job you chose. It's the things that you're doing. Who's making it hard? We are. We're making it very hard. And then our heart energy is closed, and we have to fight tooth and nail to accomplish anything. Because the heart's closed, the energy of the heart's not there. There's no gratitude in the things that we're doing. It's just a bitch. Who's making it that way? We are. And we don't realize it. Hey, can you guys hear me? I don't know if I can. Sometimes I get a little bit quiet. Can you? Oh, yes, you guys can hear me. Okay, great. Okay, this is different. I'm trying something different over here because I'm over in Catalina and we don't got a lot of bandwidth here, so it's going to be a little bit wonky. I'm not over at my home and my office to be able to do this. So yeah, so I hope that makes sense. I hope you guys appreciate that. And I want to start with the disclaimers too. I want to talk about two disclaimers. is one, I don't know everything. I don't know everything about everything. People ask me questions about things, and like some, I don't know. I can give you an educated guess. I can give you my opinion on it, but I don't know the solid answers. With this giant, humongous place called life, which is enormous, like I just showed you before. you know, I don't know everything, but I'll tell you what I do know. I know how to go from hate to joy. I know how to go from worry and stress to gratitude. I know how to go from the biggest disappointment in my family's life into something that they're proud of, that I'm proud of. I know how to go from a guy that could not get one day clean or sober into a guy that's got 14 fucking years sober. That's what I do know. I know how to not take any substances in my body and be fully satisfied with this place called life. I know how to do that. I know how to be grateful for my beating heart. I know how to do that. I know how to be grateful for the breath in my lungs. Like, very grateful. I know how to watch a sunrise in the morning sometimes and get these overwhelming feelings of gratitude. Give me 1 second. 1 second. That was so great. You know what that was? Oh, I don't know if I just told you guys. So I'm here, out here in Catalina. It's me and my wife's 10-year anniversary. And so we got a little plane and flew over here. And so we're spending a couple days here, and it's great. And the front desk goes, hey, we're going to bring something up for you guys in a little bit. And we're like, I don't know. I didn't know what they're going to bring up. And that dude just knocked on the door, and he like has a big old bucket of ice with a big old bottle of champagne and some glasses. And I go, hey, we don't drink. You got a couple Coke Zeros. That is so great. Oh, now they're probably calling me right now. Give me 1 second. Hello? No, Vanessa, we don't drink. But thank you guys. Hey, thank you so much for thinking of us. That was amazing. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Okay. Bye bye. Life is a trip. I trip out on that. So yeah, I don't know what was I talking about. I was talking about something. Oh, going from the darkness into the light. Going from the darkness into the light. Hey, that was so cool. And he's good people. But yeah, you know, you know, here's something. So the story, your hero's story, because it's your story. Oh, you know what? I got to back up on something else about how powerful the human being is. The power and the human beings. I mean, we put people on freaking the moon. You know what I mean? We sent rockets to Mars. Dug the Panama Canal. The human being mind is freaking crazy. And here's something else. You see all those successful people out there, or whatever, all the happy people. Let's talk about that. Do you think they're smarter or better than you? You think that's why they're achieving these great things, because they're smarter or better than you? They're not. They're not. They're just using their skills, and the skills, they're just using their heart center and their brains appropriately so they can achieve great shit. achieve satisfaction out of this place called life. So this is the deal with how powerful the human being is. The human being is so powerful that it's like, here's an analogy. Because you're a human being, you have the potential to pull 1,000-ton train down the tracks with one arm. Okay? That's how powerful you are. You know what I mean? And you're looking like, I can't pull 1,000-ton train down the tracks. No way. You know, no way. Well, the reason you don't feel that way is because you're already pulling 990 tons of shit with you. You know, it's a metaphor. And that 990 tons of shit is all the pain and suffering of your past. It's all locked inside of you. That's why you don't feel this energy of love, of joy, of happiness, of God, of the universe. You don't feel it because you're trapped in here and you can't fucking, you don't, the energy ain't going through you. It's locked up in here. You'll have a good moment, things are working out, and then all of a sudden you block it. Things will be cool for a minute. You got a brand new job, you got a brand new car. Okay. And then all of a sudden you'll block it with more crap. Refreshing, like it's like refreshing the screen on a computer. Refresh the narrative of the past. It's hard to see. You know what today is? What today is? Today's a brand new day. One you've never had before. Today is. You've never had this day before. You've never had this moment before. Me neither. This is all brand new shit to me. It is so this day is so fucking deep. This brand new day. It's sacred. Because it's one we've never had before and one we will never have again. You want to check yourself? If today is the only day that we have and it's brand new, the most important day of your life is this day right here. The most important moment of your life is right now, because it's always right now. How are you treating it? Are you treating it like it's something precious? Are you treating it like it's something fucking badass? Or are you treating it like yesterday? Or the day before? Or last week? And then you make magic castles in your head. You know what a magic castle in your head is? It's going to be so much greater later. When I get that new job, when I get all that money, it's going to be so greater later. I'm just going to fantasize inside of my head and think about all these freaking magical things that are going to happen and I'm going to accomplish in my freaking life. And when I get those things, then I'm going to be happy. But for now, I got to grind. And I also have to tell myself I am unhappy. So if you spend years telling yourself you're unhappy and you're waiting for some magic castle, some revelation, some salvation, some thing out here in life to all of a sudden fulfill you, it's not going to happen. You'll be cool with it for a minute. It's like the freaking divorce rate in America. It's like the divorce rate in the world. Magic castle. When I get married, it's going to be the most amazing thing ever. Oh my God, we're doing it. And then you get married, you're like, oh, yay. And then all of a sudden, it goes away. People start changing. So people get divorced. Things change. People change. Oh my God, I'm going to get this new job. Oh my God, I got all this money. I'm going to have a baby. Oh, this is going to be the most amazing thing ever. And then it is the most amazing thing ever. And then you go back to your old self, which was not fulfilled, and told yourself you were unhappy over and over and over again. So what's the solution? You know what the solution is? The solution is awareness. Aware of how you're treating this day. Aware of how you're treating yourself. Now that's a kind of a weird thing too, because the ego's awareness says, I know, I shouldn't be so angry all the frickin' time. I know, I shouldn't be pissed off. I know, I shouldn't be treating my relationship. I know. I know that if I smoke this, it's gonna be bad. I know that if I do that, it's gonna be. I know. That's what the ego says. If you knew how screwed up it is to fill yourself up with anger and hate and fear and rejection and worry and stress, if you knew, you wouldn't do it. If you knew how bad worry and fear fuck your life up, you wouldn't do it. So you don't know. But the ego says, I know. I'm going to stop that. I know. That's a fucking giant lie. So what's the problem? What's the problem? The problem is because we've been hurt in our past, and it's making our mind so hyperactive, trying to protect ourselves from any kind of hurt, any kind of pain, because we don't want to feel that pain that we felt before. And so we're trying to organize and control this life in a way to protect ourselves from feeling that freaking pain. And so we're trying to fix this and fix that and fix this and fix that and worry about this and worry about this and stress on this and worry. When actually that is just actually making it worse. It's like picking at the scabs inside. So there's this one on the 12 steps method of recovery. And let's talk about that too for a minute. Let's talk about what is recovery. Like, what is recovery? And it turns out that these 12 steps, it's not just about drugs and alcohol. They found out that this thing helps the obsessions of the mind and body. Some people they don't even have a problem with booze and drugs and stuff. Some people don't have a problem with that, but they have a problem with being obsessed with people. Codependent. They can't stop tripping. They can't go to work. They can't go to school. They can't eat. They can't sleep. They're just so full of freaking worry. They're obsessed with some kind of fucking problem or a person. And they're just tripping the hell out. There's meetings called CODA. And they work the 12 steps. There's meetings called Al-Anon and Nar-Anon, and they work the 12 steps. And what it does, it heals the pain of the past. Because as long as I have pain in here, I can't freaking pay attention to the most important moment of my life, which is right here. I can't. It's like having a broken arm. Like, you got a broken arm, and your arm, and that thing is hard, and it's in pain. It's hard to pay attention to anything because this thing is so screwed up that you can't really see nothing. You're obsessed with the pain, with the things, and with them trying to make it okay, non-stop trying to make it okay. Oh, I gotta put some more stuff on it. Oh, I gotta fucking put ice on it. I gotta fucking wrap it up with this. I gotta do something with it so that I can't. Hey, do you want to watch the ball? Not really, not right now. I gotta figure out how to protect myself from freaking injuring my arm, and I gotta figure out how to fix this thing. That you can't see how beautiful reality is. What an amazing life this really is, because you're so hyper-focused on the pain that is in you. And what is the pain? It's suffering. It's suffering. The Buddha talks about this. He says there's suffering in the world. There's a reason for the suffering. There's a way out of the suffering. Through the eightfold path. And you know what that eightfold path is? Same principles. Don't get too crazy. Don't get too fearful. Don't get too worried. Don't get too freaking happy when one thing happens right and you're like all happy because of that thing, because that thing is going to go away and then you're going to be unhappy. Just stay the middle ground. Enjoy the roses. Enjoy the sunrises, the ones you got. Enjoy this place called life. But it's really fucking hard to enjoy this place called life if you're suffering. So we have to learn how to release that. 3 ways to release that. I'm going to give you these 3 ways. Okay? Talked about them earlier. One way is prayer. If you believe in, I don't know what your higher power is, but if whatever your higher power is, if you pray all the time and connect with that, it will fire the worry, the stress, the worry. Because there's also this thing called praying in vain. I don't know if you guys recognize what praying in vain is. Praying in vain is when you're just telling your higher power you're just struggling, period. And there's no affirmation that he's going to be able to do anything. There's no affirmation. You're just struggling, period. And it's hard for God to pull through that. But if you pray with affirmation, affirming that there is a God, that there is a higher power, affirming, because that's why you're doing it, then miracles happen. But if you're just saying a bunch of screwed up shit without any kind of faith or any kind of hope, then there's nothing. So we pray with affirmation, feeling this connection of hope, feeling this connection of wisdom. So prayer works. That's one way of firing this freaking stress box, fearful, idiot, imposter, ego thing inside of our head that just, okay, I need to clear that up, okay? Because, I explain this stuff sometimes, and people are like, what are you talking about? The voice in my head. What are you talking about? The imposter in there. Okay, so I want you to really recognize this. Raise your hand if you want to worry. Raise your hand if you want to be stressed the fuck out. Raise your hand if you want to think embarrassing, horrible, ugly, negative thoughts. Raise your hand if you want that. Raise your hand if you want to just complain all the freaking time inside of your mind. And then raise your hand if you like that. Raise your hand if you like to point out everything that's freaking wrong with life and just freaking think a bunch of miserable shit. Does anybody want that? No. Then stop it. Stop it. Stop doing that. Stop thinking that way. Stop feeling that way. If it was you, you could stop it. If it was really you, you can stop it. Just like this. If you're talking a lot, I talk a lot. If you're talking a lot and I ask you, hey, can you be quiet for a minute? Can you be quiet? Yes, you can. You can shut up. Sit for 3 minutes of meditation. Just sit for 3 minutes and tell yourself, I am just going to sit here and breathe. I'm just going to focus on my breath for 3 minutes. And I don't want to think about anything. I don't want to worry about anything. I just want to sit here and breathe and enjoy the sunshine. So then you put a timer on. You told yourself what you want to do. All of a sudden, how long is 3 minutes? Is this some kind of meditation? I don't know if I ate today. Maybe I ate too much. Why did Joe say that yesterday? Oh, get back to breathing. Get back to breathing. Watch how many times you're interrupted. Watch how many times you're freaking interrupted. That's the problem. This psyche, this ego just doesn't shut the hell up, and it's constantly taking us out of this present moment that you can't enjoy the sunrise, you can't enjoy the beach, you can't enjoy this place called life because this thing doesn't shut the hell up. So that's why it's not you. What it is, it's verbal. It's like the pain of the pain and the suffering of your past that you have locked inside of your heart, it's verbal, and it just doesn't shut up, and it's constantly worried, and it constantly needs to fix things, and it constantly needs to trip on stuff, and constantly. And it doesn't like meditation. It doesn't like peace, because it feels there's no solution to all of its pains and problems. Just sit and meditate and do nothing. Feel the power of creation. That's the solution. But the ego don't like that shit. The ego wants to just constantly bombard us with negative thoughts, and it's really not us. I'm going to tell you who you really are. I'm going to ask you this question. I'm going to tell you who you really are. How do you want to feel in this place called life? I want you to imagine how you want to feel in this place called life. How do you want to feel inside your heart, inside your soul, inside your body? How do you want to feel? Did you get moments of awareness of like happiness, joy, peace, serenity, enthusiasm, victory? That's how you want to feel. That's who you really are. There's this thing, it's called Shakti. Okay, in all these different religions and all these different, it's been called Chi, it's been called Holy Spirit, Shakti, energy. And it wants, just like you want happiness, peace, and joy, just like you want that. That is who you really are. You want to have an open heart. You want to feel wonderful in this place called life. But then all of a sudden, yeah, I want to feel that way, but I can't feel that way because of this, because of that, because of them, because of the money, because of where I live, because of this, because of that. I can't feel that way. So what do? Us that are drug addicts and alcoholics. Do you know that drugs and alcohol can make you feel that way? It mimics it. It mimics the joy, the hope, the peace, the freedom that we really want. It mimics it. And that's why we keep going after it. But here's the deal. It is not you making you feel that way. It's not you. It's substances that mimic the joy, peace, and freedom that you want. And for a lot of us, that's the only joy that we've ever really experienced in life. That's why we always go back to it. That's why people in life, they work their asses off all freaking week, and they can't wait till Friday. They can't wait till Saturday. They can't wait to get off of work so they can go get drunk and high. And then they start taking it into work. Crazy. All right, we're gonna get to some stuff right here. I hope that helps you guys. Prayer, meditation, and guidance. Sorry I didn't close that up. Prayer, praying to your higher power, connecting with it. Prayer is amazing. Okay, prayer is amazing. It connected to a higher power, badass. The second one is meditation. Meditation will release all that shit inside. Prayer, you can release all that shit. Meditation, release all that shit. The third thing is guidance. Finding people that are happy, people that are winning at this place called life, people that have achieved victory in their life, and doing and taking and accepting their guidance and suggestions. This is how we get rid of this shit. Because we're not taking suggestions from the imposter that fills us up with all this negative stuff anymore. We are actually surrendering the negative. So it's super simple. I mean, it's so freaking simple, but we make it so difficult. All right, let's get into some of this stuff right here, right now. All right. Learning how to be present, learning how to meditate, learning how to connect, learning how to discard those negative emotional energies, learning how to let go of that past, that 990 tons of crap that we're pulling with us. We got to get in that thing. We got to start shoveling that stuff out. Release, release, release. Surrender that stuff. Surrender that stuff. Surrender that stuff. And find people that have surrendered that stuff and take their suggestions. You know, if you go to meetings and 12-step stuff, there's millions of people that know how to release that shit. Let go, let God. You know, acceptance is the answer. And they've proven it. They've gone from homeless, jails, institutions, into houses, homes, cars, children, years in recovery. And I know that they wouldn't stay if drugs and alcohol was a better solution. They wouldn't, you know. So it works. All right, so we're gonna go into here. Oh yeah, here enrollment is open for Fearless 36. Fearless 36. It's an experience that I created where you practice 6 spiritual practices. See, the practicing of the spiritual practices is what changes. We must practice something. The ego and the psyche and the imposter and that weird thinking shit just thinks, I just want to think. I just want to think. I just want to think. I don't want to practice anything. I just need to understand. I just need to find out why. And it's just bombarding us all the time. If I can understand why, then something magical will happen. I just need to understand why. And so I'll just think about stuff all day and night, and nothing happens. Action. So I got this thing, Fearless 36. The 6 easy spiritual practices: walking, mindfulness, meditation, and then a little bit of journaling at night. Super simple, super easy. And because I've made it so simple, is that you will recognize the thing that gets into your head that says, I don't have time for 10 minutes of meditation. I don't have time to take a little walk. I don't have time to answer 3 little questions. I don't have time to repeat an affirmation a couple times a day. You'll watch that thing, because the darkness will always reject the light. So if you want to practice 6 practices that are super easy each and every day to recognize the disease, to recognize the negativity, to recognize the awareness of that thing, sign up for this. It's Fearless 36. Go to thesoberspot.com and then fill out some stuff, and then I'll be getting at you. And I promise you, these are things that I've been doing for years, and that's why I'm happy. You know, that's why I get to stay this way and be grateful. So if you're interested in that, thesoberspot.com, check that thing out. All right, and what else we got going on here? We got some questions, some celebrations, and some shout outs. Some shout it out. Okay, celebrations and shout outs. Mike, way to go, brother. I'm at day 110. No alcohol. Booyah. 110. See, I'm so, I don't know you for shit. But like, I feel this connection to you right now. Like, I'm so proud of you. It's so crazy. I'm proud of you, bro. Like, I can feel it. You got 110. You made it. You made a decision. That's so badass. You were sick of the other life. Sick of it. So you made this courageous decision to get these 110 days. Good job. Good job. Thank you. Robert Sovic, sober 16 years, April 9th, terminal cancer, to Danny. 16 years sober. I'm sorry that you're going through this health situation right now. It is super, I don't know what that's like. I don't know, but it super sucks. I don't know how gnarly it is for you right now, and I don't know, what happened in your life. But you've stayed sober for 16 freaking years, through the ups and the downs and the ins and the outs, and you've stayed sober because your life before that was probably a freaking mess. Probably a gnarly freaking mess. And you've experienced some good shit since then. I'm really sorry you're going through this at this time of your life right now, brother. And my prayers are with you. Big time. Thank you for sharing that with us. Mike these nuts. 9 years. Super proud of everyone. Boom. 9 years. Look at people are stacking up years. And, I don't want to go back to Robert Sovich. Look at, he's going through all this stuff right now. He's going through, Mike, you're going through some gnarly shit. And I want everyone to recognize he's going through some gnarly shit. Terminal cancer. His days are, numbered. And it's devastating, but he's still staying sober. We can go through extraordinary, gnarly things and continue to stay sober. I see people relapse because they lost a girlfriend. I see people relapse because they lost a car. I see people relapse because someone said something not nice to them. I see people relapse because, someone won't give them something. They lost a job. That is so gnarly to tap out and give up on yourself over something so petty. But Robert's keeping it together. 16 years. I applaud you, Robert. Thank you, brother, for sharing that with us. T, I'm 8 days sober today from a relapse. Okay. 8 days. 8 days. Guess what? You relapsed, it got shitty, and then now you pulled the trigger on freaking pulling it back together. All right, you got 8 days in. That's a lot. Because you could have stayed fucked up for fucking years. For years. But now you got 8 days. And I know that it's probably rough and difficult right now, but you know what? You got 8 days and tomorrow you'll have 9. So you ain't going to go back. And I'm going to ask you this one thing. Hey, T, did you find out? Did you find out? Did you find out that relapsing freaking sucks? Did you find out that there ain't nothing good there? I hope you did. I hope you found out. And I actually think you did, because you got 8 days. Right on. Stay on the path. Don't tap out again. John Dry, I slipped after 4 years of sobriety. Well, I slipped after 4 years of sobriety. John Dry. Is it John Wet now? I'm sorry, that was horrible. Hey, look at John, check it out. You slipped after 4 years of sobriety. All right, you had 4 years. Okay, you had 4 years. So you were sober long enough, you were clean and sober long enough to recognize that it is a good life. And I don't know if that relapse was good. I don't know if it was bad. I don't know if it was right. I don't know if it was wrong. But I will tell you this. For your journey, it was freaking important. It was very important. You needed that. You needed that. It was important for your journey. So you'll either take it as it was important and now I'm going to freaking get my life back together, or you will just discount the importance of it and continue on until something happens. So I hope you're back on the wagon. I hope you're back in the game. I hope that you're back doing this stuff again. Okay? So what, we had a slip, people could be mad, people could be upset, but we had a slip. Okay, I get it. We fucked up. But it doesn't matter what happened back then. It matters where you go from here. Where do you go from here? Where do you go from here? Onward and upward. That's where we go. Jake, 203 days sober. 203. 203 days sober. Thank you, Jake, for checking in with us. Badass. Affordable pool spa. 2 years clean off the... You got 2 years clean off the... Yep, the snowflake. Hell yeah. 2 years. You know what I mean? You were probably a big, giant freaking mess, disappointing everybody, couldn't keep shit together, and now you've got 2 years off that. Congratulations. I applaud you. 2 years. Suppa celebrated 7 years of sobriety on the 1st. Suppa celebrated 7 years on the 1st. Bam! Celebrate good times. Come on. celebration. You got 7 years. That's so rad. Look at we're getting this. Look at we're stacking up time. I'm so proud of you for your 7 years. That's bad. Mikey, 2 weeks off alcohol and 7-0. I'm depressed. Hell yeah! Hell yeah, absolutely. The only thing that ever made you feel a little bit good in life, which was, 7-0, yeah, I know what that is. 7-0 and alcohol is now removed from your life. Of course it's going to make you depressed. It's going to make you sad and depressed because now you're missing your friend. But what did your friends that made you have a good time and feel good, what did they ever do for you? Nothing. They ruined you. They're actually like making fun of you. You're not going to keep them in your life. But you've spent so much time with them that you're going to go through a process of grieving them, letting them go. And it doesn't make sense to the mind. You're like, oh, I was doing that stuff. It ruined my life. Okay, now I'm just going to go do something great. Now I'm going to go become amazing. And I'm done with those guys. It doesn't work that way. Because you spent so much time and energy with that you're going to like grieve. Even though they were bad friends, you're going to grieve it. But here's the deal. You're not going to feel like this forever. You're not going to be sad and depressed forever. Because what happens is your spirit wants to heal inside. And I'm sorry it can't go away overnight, but this thing is going to heal. It's like a wound that fucking takes time to heal. And it's going to heal. And if you let it heal and stop scratching at it and stop taking things, then the wound will heal, and then you're going to be running right as rain. And if you learn how to open your heart, you learn some spiritual practices to be able to open your freaking, you're going to be right as rain. Because transformation, don't get this effed up. Transformation requires pain and suffering. So you're either going to hold on and get through this shit, or you're going to tap out because the pain and suffering, the depression is too much to bear. And you might have to repeat the process. Or you will move forward with fortitude, dignity, and grace. Of course, this is going to be difficult. Nothing great in life doesn't come easy. Everything great in life comes through adversity. So you're going through some adversity right now. Welcome the challenge. Don't tap out. Don't go back to any of that spice or any of that weird shit. Just power through this. You will not feel like this forever. I promise. I believe in you. Carson, bienvenue. Bienvenue. I'll be 1 year sober on April 2nd off of hard. Great! Off of all that crap. Wonderful. 1 freaking year. You've made a decision to change your life, and now you're coming up on freaking 1 year off of all that crap. Good freaking job. Badass. Be careful. I know that you say off of hard, and I recognize that might be that you might be, just off the hard stuff and the light stuff, like the legal stuff like alcohol or weed or something. Just be careful that doesn't turn into an obsession. Be very careful. But maybe you're off of everything. I don't know. I'm just assuming. But be careful, because the measure is to grow and thrive. If it turns out you can't wait to get off of work, for anyone, I don't know if that's happening exactly with Carson, but for anyone that tries to switch it up and changes it to, that heroin or meth or any of these gnarly drugs was the problem, and they switched it up to going back to like smoking weed or something, be careful. If it turns out that those are the only happy moments is when you're doing that stuff in your entire day, then there might be a problem. I tried it. I tried just drinking. I tried just smoking weed. I tried lots of stuff, and it worked for a while. It was brilliant. It was great. But it didn't ultimately fix the issues that I had inside. So, sorry, Carson. I know that sounds like a bunch of assumptions, and I'm not discounting the fact that you have 1 year sober off of all that shit. I am not discounting that at all. I applaud you, and I congratulate for that, and thank you for sharing that with us. Thank you very, very much. Stay on the path. Stay on the path. Braden, hi, sober for almost 70 days. Your page helped me so much. Well, Braden, you're helping me so much right now. Hey, this is for this is for everybody that's watching this. It sounds weird, but like, fuck it. I appreciate you. Like, big time. Like, we need each other. It turns out I can't do this life by myself. Just like Braden. Braden, I need you. Like, I know we don't know each other for shit and haven't talking, but like, I need you in my life. It's because there's energy, iron sharpens iron, people, me by myself, alone in the world, just, you know what I mean, trying to figure out my shit by myself, all alone. I need to figure out this, I need to figure out that. I'm worthless. But if I can add some value to people in this place called life, if I can give some love, some compassion out, then that comes back. If I'm in a closet, there ain't no one to give love to, give compassion to. There nothing. I got nothing. So I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much. We need each other. It sounds stupid to go, if no one told you today that I love you, well, I love you. Love is this compassion that I have for everyone. That's why I do this. I'm freaking on my anniversary in Catalina, you know? And I'm taking an hour because this is important to me, very important. Not because of all the people and the likes and the comments. That's not what's important to me. What's important, if I carry a message that can help somebody, fuck it. That's the meaning of life, man. Fuck. That's why I do this. Thank you, Braden. Hey, I'm sorry we can't get to everyone right now. I appreciate all of you. I care about all of you, and I give a fuck about all of you. I care very, very much because I don't want you to go back and suffer. I don't want anyone to continue to suffer. It ain't right. It ain't good. And if there's a way, there is a way out of the suffering, and when you find that way, you make your family happy. You make the people that love you very happy. You spread joy on this place called Earth. And it makes it a better place. And I can feel that. If you keep seeking, you will find. And there are some hard knocks that we got to take along the way. And we do have to suffer in the beginning of the journey to transform. Because transformation isn't easy. No, it's not easy. It's not easy when we're filled up with all this crap. But when you learn how to release that crap, it gets way easier. Questions. X1275. How do you string your first couple days together? I appreciate that question so freaking much. If you can't get a sobriety date or a clean date, if you're living at home, or you're drinking all the time, or you're using all the time, and you're living at home or wherever it's at, and you can't even get one day, and you tell yourself tomorrow I'm going to get one day, you must be removed from where you're at. You must go to a detox. You must go to a hospital. You must go somewhere because you on your own can't stop. I don't know what they have in your area, X1275 or Y1275. I don't know what they have, but you have to go to a hospital. You have to go to a detox. You have to go be locked up. You got something. You have to be held somewhere, something, to get a couple days sober. If you can't do it on your own, that you need other people. Thank you. Donald Eaton, first experience with the 8-step. Any suggestion? Yeah, you hurt people. You hurt a lot of people. So you are going to align yourself with your moral compass. You're going to align yourself with the moral compass. The moral compass is this. Do you like to be lied to? Do you like to be cheated? Do you like to be burnt? Do you like to be stolen from? Do you like any of that stuff? No, you don't like that? You don't like that at all? Well, when you do it to other people, you really don't like yourself. So now your moral compass is all fucked up. That's why we have those two voices in our heads. Oh, I don't give a shit. Oh, you should. Oh, I'm going to just do this horrible thing. No, that's not good. That's why we have these two. Because our moral compass is all fucked up. So our lives are all fucked up. But so I'm glad you're on that 8 step. And yeah, the 8 step, you're just basically this is the gist of it. This is how I do it, and this is how I've done it, and this is how I have my guys do it. The 8 steps like this. You never deserve to be. I have them write a little letter because we need to freaking make sure they're not going all over the place. Stick to the script. I'm not saying I don't know how your sponsor is having you do it, but how I have my guys. I want you to know that I was wrong. I want you to know that I was wrong for stealing your car, stealing your purse, yelling in your face during Thanksgiving. I was wrong for taking your money. I was wrong for doing this thing. You never deserve to be treated like shit by me. You never deserve to have a son, an employee, a friend, an uncle, a father treat you the way I treated you. I was wrong. Is there anything I could do to make it right? That's how I have my guys do the 8 step. Write down all the people that they have harmed. The people that didn't have it coming. You're obviously not going to go to the connection that you burned him for an 8 ball. And you're not going to knock on his door and you're going to go, hey, you know what? I was wrong. You never deserve to have a customer treat you the way that I treated you. So mainly on the amends, you're going to do it to people that didn't have it coming. And you're also going to do living amends, where before you like stealing from stores and doing all this disrespectful shit, you're going to make living amends by where you hurt people and companies and places and things. Now you're going to go help those people, companies, places, and things. So yeah, just keep it super simple on that 8 step. Write them freaking letters, or make that list. Make that list of people that you burnt, people that didn't have it coming. Hell yeah. Okay, where are we at? Robert Stanikmas. Your videos have helped me a lot since I overdosed back in 2022. Just wanted to say thank you. And Robert, thank you. Thank you for still breathing. Thank you for still being alive. Thank you for giving yourself another shot at life. I'm sorry that you had to go through that rough shit and overdose. But I'm so freaking, I mean that. Thank you. Thank you for making those comments. Thank you for checking in with me. I appreciate you big time. I can feel it right here. I'm proud of you. You got some time. You're changing your lives. You're changing your life. Thank you so much. Bradley Fowler, my favorite recovery teacher on the planet. Much effing. Hey, Bradley. Hey, hell yeah. Hey, loves the answer, right? Hey, loves the answer. Hey, loves the answer. The more love that you give, the more that you receive, and the more that you become. And it's just a secret to life. Yeah, hey, much love. Hey, thank you. All right, you guys. Hey, that's all the time that we have. I hope that I made some sense, and I know that I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I talk a lot, and I'm loud and crazy, and I go down rabbit holes, and sometimes I come back to what I was talking about. But I just want you guys to know that you're a badass, that you are greater than you think you are, that transformation is real. We can go from the complete black darkness into vibrant light and love. You can, but you cannot do it alone. That's why we need each other. We need each other. Big time. Isolation and loneliness is the worst counselor ever. Don't do this by yourself. Please reach out. Please reach out. Because no one of us is as strong as all of us. And together, we can move mountains. By ourselves, we kick rocks. Hard to do. All right, that's it, you guys. Thank you so much for showing up. Please keep shooting questions, keep shooting comments, especially questions. I'll do my best to answer them next week. Same time, same channel. And thank you so much for being here. Peace.